Michael, rumors that a classic Warcraft game is getting a big remaster reveal begin to take form. Alexander Cope over at Windows Central earlier morning on November 6, 2024, famed World of Warcraft fan site Wowhead bought a key artwork and a logo for a remaster of Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness, which has been seemingly data mined from Blizzard Entertainment's content delivery network. The artwork has since spread throughout the internet by various X users like Steven SRB, for example, making people aware that Warcraft 2 Remaster could be real and officially announced very soon for Warcraft's upcoming 30th anniversary direct stream on November 13th. For those unfamiliar, Warcraft 2 Tides of Darkness was the second real-time strategy game in the Warcraft franchise back in the days before it transformed into an MMORPG juggernaut we know today as World of Warcraft. Michael, I don't even think I need to read any further into this. You can go check out the full article over there. However, I want to dive deep into your thoughts because you are a WoW fan. Does this speak to you? My biggest question, because we talked about this not too long ago, dude, remasters and more remasters this year. Do we need another one? Granted, this one's pretty big, isn't it?
This one at least fits what you and I always want from the remaster, right? It's again, this game is over 20 years old. This fits the vibe, right? I'm not a big RTS guy, right? I never played the Warcraft franchise until World of Warcraft came out. My biggest thing, I had a ton of buddies who love this, right? Warcraft 3 Reforged came out, I want to say a couple years ago. Total flop by Blizzard. Absolutely terrible. Did not run very well. Tons of things missing. The game basically was just we're going to call it a remaster, and we're going to take your money, and we're going to shut down the old server so you have to pay us. So I'm curious how this one goes, right? Because as you said, this fits the remaster that we want. 20 plus years old. Desperately needs a graphical update for today's game. But if it doesn't run well, no one's going to want to play it, and you're just going to continue to milk your most famous franchise for some extra money. So I'm hoping this game does well, but I was talking to Scott, one of the guys on the team, about this as a big Blizzard fan. I don't think anything they've released in the last 5 years has been better than like a 6 out of 10. It's just unfortunately the way Blizzard has been. So my expectations are always high, Drew, but I think we might get bit once again, and this might just be another cash grab from Blizzard, Activision, Microsoft, whatever you want to call them now.
Yeah, the whole Juggernaut family, right? Yeah, it is an interesting take because you and I do complain often. Like, we just reviewed Horizon Forbidden West Remastered, and in my review, dude, I literally said, you don't need this. Like, straight up, you really just don't need it. Yeah, it's the definitive way to play, but you don't need it if you currently have the older version because it's only a few years old, right? The complete edition came out on PS4 like 5-6 years ago or something like that. So it's not one of those, oh man, we need this remaster, right? We take a look at Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater getting a remaster this year, next year. I don't know, man. They don't really tell us. They said this year. I don't think it's happening. We're kind of running out of time. But it is one of those, okay, that game is old, right? Like Snake Eater was back on PS3 days. Cool. Now we're coming into PS5, PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X and S. This is going to get completely reworked. This is a remake. So when we talk about a remaster for World of Warcraft 2, is that really what we want as a remaster? Or should we really be getting a remake from the ground up? Because now, dude, controls are completely different. Graphics are completely different. If you're just going to remaster and port this over, are fans going to just be upset? Or would they rather go, hey, we need something that's more modernized for today's feeling of what we are standardized for today's gaming mechanics, right? It's just such a different leap from then to now. But you take a look at how Microsoft's been going. Dude, Age of Empires came over, right? Age of Mythology came up as well. It kind of is following that suit as well with Warcraft 2. I just don't know if it's going to hit. I think that's my biggest thing. Does anybody care right now? When I take a look at you, dude, you talk about WoW all the time, but it's an MMORPG. It's been around for 20 years.
Yep.
If they remake that, then now I know like you don't want to lose your player base. At the same time, dude, that game is old looking. Like, it is really, really old looking. And that's one of the things that's always held me back. Okay, I'm so far behind right now. I don't think I ever want to jump in. And then you get into the monthly subscription service and all this other stuff. I don't want to do all that. But when getting back to a complete remaster versus remake, I think that's where the fine line needs to be. But when they take a look at their where their lineup is right now with the remakes or the remasters, sorry, with Age of Empires, Age of Mythology, and all this other stuff. Dude, I think we're in for another remaster, but will it hit? The WoW fans care. That's the biggest question.